Hey there everyone, I'm Dresden, and welcome back to another episode of Driving Until Destroyed, Season 2. This is another sort of demonstration of a type of video you can expect from this. This is an automation special. So every vehicle we run will be from the game Automation, where you can design every aspect of the vehicle. I ran one that I created last episode. Well, look at those turbos. That's something. But you can design interior, exterior, engine, suspension, brakes, wheels, everything. Pretty much from scratch. So, we're starting this episode off with the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow AZ Off-Roaders, with an S, Off-Roaders. If you do want to download any of these, look up by their name. You can see in the Google Sheet with the leaderboard in it the exact name of the vehicles. Just look them up in the repository of the game and they'll show up. By that name. But these vehicles, this has 2,406 horsepower. I don't know what the other two we test today will have. But this is just another, since there's so many vehicles made in automation, this is another style of video that you're gonna see kind of often. Because I feel like this is just a good sort of style of video to do. Oh, heck. Ouch. We have lost a wheel. Lost a wheel. We're overheating already. So that's one thing you'll notice with automation vehicles. Sometimes they're not designed perfectly. So for instance, I've only been driving this a little bit. It's already overheating. I haven't crashed it to break the radiator or anything. It's also almost half out of gas. It's lost about a third of its gas, which is impressive. But these vehicles, things like the axles tend to be strong, but the wheels will fall off. So we'll never really lose a drive shaft, and sometimes we won't even break the engine, ever. But wheels will just fall off. The bodies don't wreck like you'd expect them to. They don't crumble or anything, they just kind of mush. You can see how it just mushed on the corner there. Let's try and make this jump without overheating, preferably. Okay, that's not bad, actually. Ow! We knocked that front axle out of place. It's another thing that'll happen. The axles will still work, but flop around. Many interesting things go on in the vehicles in this game, but that won't stop me from driving them, because they're fun, and there's always something. Like, there's good creations, bad creations, random... This everything, literally anything you could imagine you can have in automation, and if you don't find it in the repository, you can make it. That's about how it goes. Engine oil is critically low. Okay, so this thing has really soft suspension. I feel like it's made more for sort of trail running and not Baja like we're putting it through. Will that cool off the engine at all? I don't know. Sometimes these tend to be waterproof too, which means that the engine won't cool off if it goes in water, which is a problem sometimes. Oh, heck. Oh. That turn is really tends to be a killer. I don't know why. Surprisingly, it just tends to kill. The easiest way that an automation vehicle will get out will be losing the wheels, most likely. Like there's other ways. For instance, as you can see, they can overheat, but the wheels tend to be fragile in a sense. The engines can also be fragile sometimes. So the way that we'll get out will probably be by losing wheels on most of these vehicles, which is fine. It's more about performance of the vehicle. Oh, cylinder walls melted. I've never seen that debug message before. Cylinder walls melted. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Well, there goes our Rolls-Royce. 1.9 miles will be the final wheel travel distance for this vehicle. It's not too bad. It doesn't put it in last place, but it's not great. Let's see, what would... I have the leaderboard pulled up. Oh, we lost full screen. Sorry about that. It would put it not too bad. It'll tie it with the Ibishu Cross Sport fleet vehicle in 13th, so 14th place. The way that I do the leaderboards is The vehicles I run earlier are going to be ahead of the vehicles I run later if they tie, because I'm getting to know the course more as time goes on. That's how I do it. Anyway, yeah. On to the next vehicle for this episode. Not too bad, though. Alrighty, next up is this. This is a vehicle that I made probably 2 or 3 years ago. As you can see, I designed it very well. Look at the steering. So I made this for Downhill Madness. And I think I made it for Downhill Madness. I don't actually know. It might have been before Downhill Madness existed. I think I ran it, though. Yeah, I don't think it did very well if I did run it. So I didn't name it. So it's the DCS Model 6 Trim 5, which is an automatic name given by Automation. It weighs about 3 tons, 7,000-ish pounds is what it said in the menu. 855 horsepower. Yeah, the wheels don't like to steer because it's so heavy. I don't think I gave it good suspension or something. I did something wrong, obviously. Because it steers when it's in the air, but as soon as it leaves the air, the steering's just it's done. There's no steering. Okay, bad jump. Now, that's not the worst. Don't land bad on a wheel, and we're fine. Okay, there's a good example of how the Automation cars don't crumble. They just kind of mush. It's actually a great example of that. I'm surprised the brakes can slow this thing down. This thing's huge. Oh, heck. Ow. This might also end up being another example of, like, you know, Automation vehicles are hard to break. Because this thing is so far seeming to be fairly strong. Though, again, the steering is just absolute garbage. We're clunking all over, though. We're fine. We're fine. Imagine if we got a vehicle to run endlessly. Like, I feel like that would be cheating. And we'd have to call it out at some point. But I feel like that's probably impossible, knowing this game, though. Even, like, the invincible vehicles would break at some point or run out of gas. Like, this will run out of gas at some point. Oh, bad landing. Oh, heck. Okay, that's okay. Oh. I forgot about the steering. Okay, maybe the brakes don't really slow down. I think it idles so high that the brakes just can't stop it. Yeah. The engine idles so high, and it has so much horsepower that the brakes cannot physically stop this thing. What if I lock diffs? There we go. Now, can I drive? Let's unlock the front diff. Ooh, okay. We actually have a bit of control if we lock the rear diff. Maybe. If we get lucky with that front wheel. I don't think that front wheel's attached very well anymore. If it is attached, actually. Yeah. This is me turning right. And it's turning left. Okay. Well, let's stop the car. Yeah, I think this is done. I think we're gonna have to call it here. 1.3 miles. Not in last place, but it's with, like, the race cars. So, not great. Good job me making a vehicle that works. It does not work. Not at all, actually. Yeah, okay. On to the third and final vehicle for this episode. I think it'll be the most effective vehicle at a course like this, I hope. Alright, and finally we have this. This thing is cool. I wonder if he designed, like, the grille and the headlights himself. Because that's cool, how they match up like that. That's really cool. This is the... Oh! Yeah, he had to have. This is impressive, is what it is. This is the Taurus Uma. It only has a comfort in sport mode. I cannot take it out of a drive mode, so I'm leaving it in sport. Usually I take cars out of their drive modes. Weighs about the same as the last vehicle, has 524 horsepower. And it's loud, apparently. Jeez, okay. So this is what I'm assuming will be the most capable vehicle of the day. Something that it looks like someone actually knew what they were doing when they designed it. Which, I mean, the Rolls-Royce was nice too, but the suspension was too soft. The one that I made, I had no idea what I was doing, obviously. But this feels good. Ooh, that didn't feel good. But, I mean, nothing broke. Plus, even it has an interior. It's got like, it looks like it has a cup on the inside. Oh. Yikes. Alright, now that's not the end of the world, but that wheel's gonna cause us problems since it's still attached. And it looks like it's still, yeah, it's still getting power. That's the issue, is that front wheel is still getting powered. So even though it's flopping around, it's still pulling us to whatever side is pointed at. Because it's getting power. Which means that turning left is easy. Turning right is not. Now, there's not many right turns on this course. It's mainly left turns. But that's just an issue that we have to face now. Ooh, and that landing on that back wheel felt bad. I don't think it was that bad, though. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like automation vehicles are not the best for running courses like this. Oh. That's good, actually. That's kind of what I wanted. Get out of here, wheel. You're unimportant. I think it's made the truck louder, though. Yes, it most definitely has. Oh, ouchie. Okay. We'll pull around. I want to lock the front differential. Why does that not seem to work? Like, I feel like that should work. Can I do this? Okay, now it should just be rear-wheel drive, I believe. Which should do better. I hope. We're gonna find out. This thing cannot do worse than my vehicle. Also, yeah, technically it made it further than my vehicle, but we're doing wheel distance traveled because that actually affects the engine. So if there's a lot of wheel spin, it's going to heat the engine up fast because it's still driving, and that'll count towards the total distance as well. So that's what we do. We don't do track distance. Though track distance would almost make sense. Wheel distance traveled is a better way of settling it. I think this has the same problem that my vehicle did, where... Oh, we just hit a pole. Where, that front wheel doesn't really like to turn. They lock the rear differential. That should help. Yeah, it just doesn't really like to turn very much. We almost found out if both of those poles are solid. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Boink. Yeah, see, it doesn't really turn that way. Well, I mean, actually, the wheel's just bent. I'm still just bad at making vehicles. Wow, okay. Oh yeah, and don't turn. Don't turn, please. I appreciate that. We're still going, though. We are still going. We're still controllable enough to get over 20 miles an hour. Almost 30. Which means that it's not counted out. But I feel like some of these jumps coming up are gonna be bad because we actually need to get speed to clear them. And I don't know if I'll be able to get out anymore if we don't have speed. So I would like to just try and clear them. Okay, let's turn. Let's not go join the Gavril Spitfire in that trench. Ooh, actually, that was a pretty good landing. We might, if we're lucky, bend that front wheel back into place. Ooh, too much, too much. Way too much. Oh, we're going backwards on the course. Isn't this something? This course is destroying vehicles. I feel like the jumps were easier before all the no texture and stuff and things just stopped appearing. I need to learn how to make a map. I should make myself a map that's like this. That'd be cool. If anyone knows how to make a map, let me know. I will make myself a map. I'll live stream it on Twitch. Or on here. Probably on Twitch. Of me making the map. For a Driving Until Destroyed Season 3. Ow! Don't get beached. So this thing still has a lot of power. And it is over the threshold. 20 miles an hour is the threshold for counting a vehicle out. And it can easily get over that and still be controllable enough to not just fly off the course. So it still can run the track. Oh, I thought that was a nice jump. Oh. Let's unlock that rear diff. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so now we're done. What? It's got like a mind of its own. 2.8 miles. That's the best for today. But that'll put it in 6th place. Which, I mean, out of 21, it's not the worst. It's up there. There's going to be a lot of vehicles that do worse than it, and probably less vehicles that do better. But it's not what you want. It is definitely not what you want in a vehicle. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, and that bell icon down below to get notified of when I upload. Next episode will be the beginning of our actual supposed, hopefully, upload schedule. Every Monday is what I'm thinking. Start your week off right, you know. Maybe Fridays too. Monday, Friday, Monday, Thursday, something like that. We'll think about it, but expect an upload tomorrow as well, and that should be the first upload of the schedule. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Check out the second channel, link in the description, and the leaderboard link in the description. And goodbye.